we're in the sleepy town of Bangor, Maine. We're in a little town just up north of that, and it's typical up here of all the fog and all the stuff. No, I'm just kidding you. You can see the palm trees. We're not there. We're in Carrabelle, which is really a unique little town. And we looked at some boats and we checked out some other stuff. And again, like I say, I'm always intrigued by the boats, even though you know, whatever may shake of them or whatever may become of maybe not always on a boat. But I love the old shrimp boats. They just really kind of intrigue me, and I've had a chance to go out on one here a while back. It was actually a couple years ago, and it was in here, but it's just early morning. Oh, excuse me, it's like 7 o'clock, so I'm not even functioning. I got my coffee, but I'm not functioning very well. Anyway, I can't even point here, but I'll try with the coffee cup. There's two shrimp boats down there, both sunk, and my understanding is there's another one under that boat. A little bit of that has to do, I think, a little bit with hurricane, but not all of that. Anyway, it was a lady that had a boat, shrimp boat, and she got the boat kind of given to her to start shrimping and doing whatever, and she wanted me to go out with her and her crew or whatever, and I was going to film and everything, but everybody told me to stay away from that because, well, later what happened is that boat almost sank, or did sink, I guess. Yeah, I guess it did sink or something. Anyway, it was a mess, which a lot of these things turn into some crazy, amazing stories. So the other thing I was doing and trying to do is get an interview with this gentleman. May still be able to do it before getting out of here. This boat here, I don't want to film too much. I'm sure the guy's, you know, sleeping in there and stuff with his wife. Anyway, this boat here is a trimaran, and this thing is it's a certain design, and he told me the other day, but this gentleman had built this boat in California from scratch, from nothing. Took him, I think he said, 5 or 6 years to build that. And it's a unique looking boat. It's got a really nice little diesel in it, and he took it out of there and went to Baja, and I believe he went to, he's been through the Caribbean, and he's just been all over with it. And he had a son that he took out of school, and they homeschooled him, and I won't focus on his boat for too long, but anyway, he built that, and he took off, and he homeschooled his son, him and his wife, and they spent a few years out sailing around the world with that. And he just really had some neat stories, and I wanted to get an interview with him. But I wasn't able to yesterday because he took off and headed into town, or well, him and his wife went somewhere. It was Sunday, and then they by the time I got around to it, it was almost 4 or 5 o'clock, and I just didn't get to it. So maybe we'll try and catch him today. But really had some neat stories, and it had gone through a hurricane, and the ones I think it was the port side, the hurricane a few years ago, because he kept it over in Fort Pierce, and the hurricane had tore the one hull right off and just destroyed it. It was on the hard, so he redid the whole thing again. He's back down here again, trying to, you know, getting it all ready or whatever, and I'm not sure what their major plans are, but that is the story of that. It's but very interesting. I love you know, I'd really like to do more of that, where I come and just interview people and get their stories, and just maybe just call the channel the interview, and I think it would be really cool. But tide's out, of course, low tide. I would assume this little boat's sitting right in the mud, but it's been there a while. There's a neat little catamaran that sits down here, and maybe we can take a look at that too. But yeah, it's just really, it's been foggy for 2 days like this, so it's got that real New England, Maine kind of look to it, except for the palm trees. All right, guys, I figured we would check out a few boats while we're kind of in a boat yard. And this is Brenton over here in his shanty boat. We caught up with him and spent some time with him, and we're gonna he's gonna work himself back to Michigan. He's done with his trip. So if you guys if you really want to see some really cool stuff, you want to make sure you go over to his channel. I'll put a link in the description below and try and put it in the video for you. But there's such beautiful sailboats here, and you know me, I'm a glutton for punishment, so I have to look at some of these, and geez, there's just some real beauties here, some real some real diamonds in the rough, I guess maybe we could call it. So looking at this one, it's like, wow, what a great wooden mast, kind of a schooner, just awesome boats. And again, like I said, I'm no expert on boats by any means, but I sure love them, and I will always love boats. That's just who I am, whether it be any boat, to be perfectly honest. I think this is a Morgan, but it's just an amazing boat. And I've got one more that I want to show you. There's a lot of ones that are certainly rough and in bad shape for sure, like every boat yard. Guy over here is pinstriping, he's working on somebody's boat. Another gentleman over here, he's working on his boat. Everybody, their labors of love. This Escondido there, that's a really cool sailboat. Just really neat, there's just so many neat boats, it's hard to not get a passion for seeing them and looking at them. So let's go over here and I'll show you another one that really caught my eye. Look at this big beast here. Obviously somebody is working on it and trying to get it back to life and whatnot, but look at these more or less chain plates and stuff. Very, very cool. This sailboat over here is kind of cool. It's to tell you the truth, I don't know if there was a ladder there yesterday when I looked at it. So I don't know, somebody maybe's up there doing something or whatever. It's kind of a neat steel hulled chimed boat. Kind of interesting. And again, I don't know sailboats all that much. I just love the I love the design of them. I love the romance of them. I love the ability that they can, circumnavigate the world. And now this one here is just my all-time favorite, because this is basically the Captain Ron style boat. I mean, it almost kind of can look like the old Captain Ron boat. I mean, it looks almost like it could be Captain Ron boat, and who knows, I don't think it is, but I think that boat has been showcased that it's actually in working order and has been restored. But isn't this just a beauty? Wow, just amazing to have something like this with a crew of four, and you all work together and you all travel around the world and just kind of pool all your resources and all your abilities and make it happen, but what a cool boat. And then there's another one up here. There's actually a couple cool ones up here, but they've been cutting this one up, and I would assume for scrap and stuff. Again, somebody's always asked me, what do they do with these boats and stuff? And this one here, I mean, this is like, I don't know, ferrule cement or something, I don't know. I mean, this is crazy. So, there's just, it's just, boats are just amazing. They really are. I don't know, they just seem like, places to escape, I guess, is maybe the way I look at it. But look at these old boats here that sit here. I mean, these are crazy. And I know you guys like this. I like this. This one's really cool. I really like this one. This one's, kind of a, I guess I just wished I would have been more attentive to this stuff when I was in high school. Because, I wouldn't have went to college. I would have gotten out of high school and I would have found a job and right off the bat and just started banging out and getting a boat and just actually put 10 years into getting a boat to the point to where it needs to be to sail, and did that. Here's this is a Catalina, and I think it's a Catalina 34, maybe 32, maybe 34. Want $36,000, I want $37,000 for it. It's okay. It's overpriced. I don't think they'll ever get that kind of money for it, but that's just me. Beautiful Beneteau, 34-foot Beneteau, beautiful boat, and they're working on that. And she's getting things ready and stuff. So very, very cool. And yeah, you know, this one here, this Tashina, it's kind of a neat little boat, kind of interesting. Kind of looks like it could be a, I don't know, kind of looks like a Tanzer in a way. So just all kinds of neat ones, you know. I mean, who doesn't want to come in and look at boats? This one here looks like the sail came undone on the roller furling, and of course a hurricane has come through here. This is Carrabelle, and a hurricane has come through here and tore things up. This one here, kind of an interesting old boat. Looks like there's been some work on it. I mean, this keel looks like it's been, or I mean, rudder's been redone. So obviously there's some work that has been done on it. So somebody's putting a little effort into it. So anyway, I just figured you guys would get a charge out of checking out boats. That seems to be a really interesting, you know, every time I put a video up of looking at boats, you guys are always intrigued by it and you like it. Look at this thing, just unbelievable. What a boat. Again, now this isn't something that I would want, but if you were gonna be a captain and do charters and things of that nature for fishing and stuff, it would be something. But obviously somebody's taking care of this boat. It's in really nice shape. So, you know, it's just, and you know, the other thing I'd love to do is be able to get inside these boats and look at them. It's like, oh, it'd be so cool to be able to get inside and look at them. The insides are just as intriguing as the outsides, but you know, we don't own them, so we can't not do that. This one's kind of a really cool sailboat here. Kind of interesting, kind of different. It's got the aft cabin, kind of a center console style, and it looks like it's probably got a lot of room, but looks like it's been kind of somewhat taken care of. So anyway, that's a little bit of that. This guy's obviously working on this boat, and yeah, it's really kind of cool to do this. So Brenton, so if people want to see your stuff and want to watch your stuff and be a part of your channel, now where would they go and what is the name for them to get to it?
So my channel is called Backwaters and Backroads, and I just did a shanty boat trip from October till December, which is my shanty boat right there, which was inspired by Wayne's shanty boat trip. And if you guys want to come over, I have 25 episodes of that over 3 months, and all the episodes get progressively better because I got a little better at editing and stuff. So, you know, hang in there if the first few ones are slow, and they get better. So.
Yeah, so anyway, guys, I'll put a link in the description, and I'll try and put a link right in the video itself, and so you guys can bump right over there and watch his stuff. You'll enjoy his material, and you'll enjoy his trip. So definitely go check it out. Next week on the Wayne Diaries, we meet up with Stefan, Audrey, and Bianca, the Sailing Miss Lone Star crew. Don't miss it. Okay guys, appreciate you watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, like, comment, and we will see you guys on the water soon. Thanks, peace out.